Howdy, folks. So now that we've finally managed to get out of Labyrinth Zone, I think it's time for us to tackle Scrap Brain. So if you recall from the Sega Genesis version, this was the final level, so clearly we must be at the end of the game, right? And also, it was definitely the hardest level in the Sega Genesis version, and as you may be able to expect, this version's Scrap Brain Zone is surely the most toughest, baddest, fucking most difficult level in the whole entire motherfucking game, right? Right? I mean, how could it not be? It's Scrap Brain. It's insanely difficult how hard this zone is, how hard this level is, and it's over. Yeah, it took 32 seconds to clear the first act of Scrap Brain. I don't know what to say. I'm a little speechless about that, but yeah. Act 2, on the other hand, it could potentially give you trouble just because it's kind of maze-like. So, what returns from Scrap Brain? Well, the flamethrower's on the ceiling, but you can roll under these ones for sure. I've never been hit while rolling. And most of them you can actually just run under. This version has a lot of conveyor belts, which the original did as well, but this one also has fireball shooter things. I think Bowser might be a little pissed that Dr. Eggman stole his idea. But, you know. So, you want to start off by going up this upward path, because we're still hunting for the Chaos Emeralds. We need to get them emeralds. Those blue emeralds. So, we're already at our 5th Chaos Emerald. See this hole on the right here? It looks like a bottomless pit, but oh no, it's not. You know how fucking annoying that would be to... That's such an annoying one to try and get when you're a kid. Because it's like, looking down, you can't tell it's not a bottomless pit. The only way you can figure out it isn't is if you fell in it. Oh, but whatever. We got our 5th Chaos Emerald, so huzzah! At this point, you want to push the button. You do not go through the door. Don't go through the door. But make sure you push the button, and that caterpillar looks a little funny. The 8-bit caterpillars look really odd. I can't even remember right now if they're in the Game Gear version or not, but the Master System version caterpillars look weird as all hell. So now we can finally head down. Well, not finally. I mean, it's only been a minute and a half, but we can head on down into here. There are 2 ways to go down this area. You could either jump off of the cliff thingy-mabobber that I'm choosing not to jump off. And there is a very small chance you'll land where you have to go, but it's really small. More often than not, I die there. Instead, take the long way. You're almost guaranteed to never fall in the pit unless you just make a really shitty jump. And yeah, now we can get through here, which takes us to the final part of this act. It is a very easy version of Scrap Brain, I must say. Love the music, though. I love the music in this game. These flamethrowers can't even reach you, so... what the fuck? Huzzah! Act 2 is done in 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Nah, it's not too bad. A lot of the zones in this game are actually pretty damn short, so... it's not too bad. But ladies and gentlemen, we're on the final act of the game. Huzzah! It's time for us to go and kick Dr. Eggman's ass once again. We need to save South Island, even though we already did in the Sega Genesis universe, I guess. But still, we need to go and kick his ass. Act 3 isn't hard, but it is also very maze-like and annoying if you don't know where you're going. Fortunately, I know exactly where I'm going because it's a very easy path. It's a very easy path. It doesn't take much to memorize, so it didn't take me any time at all. So yeah, basically the best piece of advice I can give you for this is do what I do. Because, you know, I'm always right. I am never wrong. Ever. You want to make sure you push that switch. It sounded like I hit it, so I kept going, but apparently I didn't. And holy shit, it's Dr. Eggman, and he's running faster than us somehow. Well, okay, what about the final boss? I guess we gotta jump on the platforming, then it takes us to the final boss? Wait a minute, there was no final boss? There wasn't a Oh, there's another zone. Ladies and gentlemen, the true final zone of the game. And honestly, this is probably the only level that I would say could possibly rival the jungle zone for difficulty in this game. It's very bottomless pity. As you can tell, there is lightning going on that strikes pretty frequently. You'll always know when it's going to strike, though. But those aren't the things that make this zone a bitch. What makes this zone a bitch... yeah, are the fucking turrets. Again, I think this game's far better designed in the Game Gear version, because the turrets, they're not as frustrating, because, see, they shoot so goddamn fast. My first instinct is to jump, because, you know, they start shooting so fucking quick. And it always catches me off guard. Like, right there, I'm amazed I made it past that by jumping. I usually get hit if I try that. See, right there. Right there, it started shooting, like, even before I actually saw it come on screen, it was, like, already shooting. My first instinct, oh, I gotta jump. I jumped into the bullet, and I took a hit. The turrets are fucking evil. The lightning's annoying, or it can be, but you're always gonna know when it happens. But I'm not gonna drone on about the turrets, because I'm gonna talk about these platforms. They only move when Sonic is standing on them. I don't know how that works, but okay. And this is the only real danger they have is, you know, the lightning strikes at these 2 points, which, you know, as long as you just take hops on the little platform, you're never going to actually run into the lightning. It's very simple, very basic, as is this, and we're done with the act. No, I'm not kidding, we're done. That was the only level that I think can even remotely compare in difficulty to the Jungle Zone. Maybe it's just me, but the Jungle Zone kicks my ass. Well... it used to. Not so much anymore. These days, it's nothing. This is a pretty easy game. And huzzah! We see the balloon. Did we see the balloon? Or the blimp, rather, in the last part? I don't know. Anyway, this level is pretty goddamn short. What you want to do is, there are 2 ways to get through it. You want to jump on the platform over here off to the side. This is the only case in which I think that this game is better designed than the Game Gear version. Like this little thing, because... the Game Gear version, you will never see that platform over there, ever. Ever. You cannot see it. I have tried to get it to where I can see just even a glimpse of it. And I can't do it. The only reason I know it's there, Master System version. Anyway, this level would be a lot harder if I took the other way, in which case I'm dodging bombs and this weird saw thing and whatnot. It's still not that bad, but since I'm going for the Chaos Emerald, you have to take these platforms, and when you take them... in the Master System version, nothing ever attacks you. In the Game Gear version, there are turrets on the side of the ship, and they will shoot at you as you're on the platforms. Again, for the most part, the Game Gear version's a better designed game, but whatever. We just keep riding and riding, and you can already see it. It's right there on the ship. The reason you have to take those platforms is because of that weird chain thing that's off to the left. You cannot go through it. Once you're on the left of it, you can't go back to the right of it, and if you took the normal way up here, then you get to that chain, you see the Chaos Emerald, but it's like, oh, I can't fucking get to it. But I digress. Anyway, we're done with this zone. I'm sorry, not zone, act. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, folks. Most of the time when I say zone, I actually mean act. I don't know why, I get them jumbled up for some reason. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final act of the game. It is time for us to go and beat up Dr. Eggman. Let's roll on... fuck. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll into Dr. Eggman. I have to apologize. Once again, I mentioned this in part 1, because I'm using, I believe, an old version of Windows Movie Maker, because that's all I have, people. I'm very limited on technology. You will not be able to see the lightning bolt, at least I'm doubtful you will. I can't see it constantly during this footage, but... basically, you can hear it. You can see glimpses of it, but the basic idea is the lightning bolt will go all the way over to Dr. Eggman, turn on, and start zapping all the way over to Sonic. There's a safe area where I'm standing now. After Dr. Eggman takes about half his health, after you hit him for like half of however many times you have to hit him or so, then the strategy of the lightning bolt changes, and yeah, instead it turns on at random points. Turns on and off at random points for random amounts of time, and you have to time going through it. One wrong move and you're fucked because you don't get any rings. There's also that pellet up there, which isn't really a big deal. But, you know, you can forget about it if you're stressed out about getting through the lightning. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Dr. Eggman's defeated. That's my... that's it. I'm not kidding. That's it. That's the end. So, after having escaped from Skybase, Dr. Eggman decides to go on a stroll. La 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 la. Super fun. Nice green. Oh, fuck! Fuck you, Sonic! No! I'm so sorry. Sonic's a bit of an ass, isn't he? Anywho, since we gathered all the Chaos Emeralds, they are once again going to restore nature, as you can guess. This is actually a lot more detailed than the Genesis version, which is crazy, because it actually shows you removing the pollution from the island. We saved South Island from a horrible, toxic fate. And, we're getting a whole bunch of bonus points. Wait a minute, I had 11 lives when I took on the final boss. Why is it only counting 9? Does it stop at 9? I don't know. I don't really care. It's just a little odd. I'm not sure what the special bonus is, but hey, who's gonna complain, right? 423,000. That's not that bad, I guess, for a score. I don't know. Score doesn't matter when I play games. At least it doesn't to me. And yeah, this was Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Master System. It is a fantastic game. I do think the Game Gear version is better. It's very much like the Master System version, but I do think it's better overall. I also love this ending song Sonic's doing. And this ending, actually, I love. I like that Sonic's singing into a microphone and tapping his foot and all that. I like that. I think that's fun. So, there will be a My Thoughts video for this game. However, though, it will not be for a long time because anything I have to say about this version of Sonic the Hedgehog, I also have to say about the Game Gear one. I'm going to be playing the Game Gear game, but not for a while. So there will be a My Thoughts video, but not for a long time, so we're actually going to move on to our next playthrough as soon as this one's done, and yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I hope you all enjoyed this game. I like this game quite a bit. I like the Game Gear version better, and what's more, the Game Gear version's a lot easier to find than the Master System version. And I like the Sega Genesis version best of all three of the Sonic 1 games. But, you know, that's just me. That's just my preference. What are your guys' experiences? Do you like this game? Do you hate this game? Do you think it's fun? Do you think it's annoying? Would you choose to play this over the Genesis version? Which one of these games do you like the best? Do you like the fact that all the text boxes and whatnot in the game are all pink? Because I do. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gene the Pink Panther. Please feel free to subscribe, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Master System.